Hello and welcome to part number 9. In this part, I want to go from this footage here in After Effects to Mocha, create a mask for the background here so I can replace it with my camera projection. And I do this in 6K because it's much easier to paint here and get all the details than downsample to UHD and get a nice result. Painting is one method that I want to discuss here, and tracking just with passes the other one. How I have done it in a making of version here. Okay, so the setup here, composing settings was 6K and the aspect ratio was 2:1 as I got it for my camera. Again, I work in 8-bit because I create only a traveling mask, and when I downsample this to UHD, I could go to 16-bit because then I mix up values. But for this part here, I think 8-bit was nice to speed up the workflow a little bit. So what I have done here, first of all, I have created this mask, and it will come up in a second. And this is not just a 2D mask because I moved the camera, and so I have to take care of all these parallax changes inside of the mask. To do this, I went here to animation and track in Mocha. Mocha for After Effects. For this making of and for the demonstration, I used what is available to everyone who has After Effects. The simple idea is here, of course, to have all these masks, and then I have here one mask for the tree, because this is pretty much impossible to do with a pass. The other parts of the mask, and I go here just down again and switch this off for a moment, you can see I have here even a holdout mask for that. That is pretty much done just with passes, and it is then separated to the planes, so to say, that match to each other. So when you have something in the scene that is like this here, and I hope the update comes soon, this wall here is pretty much on the same level like this wall, and so I can create here a complete pass, track it, and have only a holdout mask in Mocha for this area, and then I get more stability in it. I have used a 40mm lens that has nearly no distortion in it, and let's hop over to Mocha. In Mocha itself, I have switched on now all the layers here just to give an idea how complex that was, and when I was not happy with one pass here, I just created a new one. And of course, to go further and further, the more the picture progresses is of course a good idea. The more data I have, the more stability I have in my tracking. And the area with the tree, I created finally then here something like a frame, and you can see that here, maybe so. And this frame here is, when I bring it back as tracking, then the representation of a whole 6K frame in After Effects. So I have to cut out this, export it to Photoshop, stretch it then to the whole scene, paint over the tree, make my mask, and then bring it back in 6K, put it into the mask so it becomes shrunk again, and then I have already a huge precision in it because I painted in 6K and then shrunk it to this little area here. The idea of Mocha is explained on the Imagineer website, so I don't go here too deep into this, but copy all of that and you go back to After Effects. What you get back is then a pass, and that is then of course keyframed, so the whole pass is then exactly where it was in the original sequence. And as I have said, I work with passes, and I have worked here also just with that tree, which gives me here this texture. And when I open this compositing, then you can see this is now stretched. This is just fit into the whole scene. Back, you see it's really small. I go here out of multiplication, then you can see now it fits nicely. And the tree was silent. There was no wind in it. Otherwise I would have a huge problem, of course. And my suggestion would be to paint 3 or 4 of these and then blend in each other, because it's impossible to just go over a longer series of pictures and paint each leaf. Then then all these masks, passes, and so go together. And this can go then, of course, into the picture as one, exported as movie or sequence, whatever you like. And you can use this as an alpha channel then. And that's pretty much all. I say thanks for listening. Have fun with it. Bye bye.